Good. Another thing you can do is you can have the athletes start in different lanes. So essentially whoever's on the inside lane will run a 400-meter repeat, and you can have your athletes, as they get faster, move out and run a little farther. Now it means they'll be running slightly more than 400 meters, but that's not so important. What's nice is that they'll all finish about the same time. So, Renee, inside lane. And then Beth, come on out to about right here. Come on out right here, Beth. Muriel, over here. Okay, Susan, over here. Alex, right here. Devin, right here. And then Tim. You ready? Okay, so you guys are gonna run the same, you're gonna keep your distance. You're gonna stay this far out for the entire repeat. So you're gonna actually be running 400 meters, and you're gonna be running, well, who knows, maybe it's about 430 meters or so. And since he's the fastest, theoretically, they should all finish at the exact same time. Runners set. Bang! So whether you're running hill repeats or tempo runs or an interval workout on the track, it doesn't matter. Stagger it so that the athletes all finish at the same time, and it'll make it much more enjoyable. Now, of course, there's other things you can do for track workouts. Track tends to be sort of the boring workout because it's always the same thing. One thing you can do is you can reverse it. Have the athletes do part of their intervals one way and part of the intervals the other way. By constantly switching it up, not only do you break up a long task into shorter parts, but you also allow the athlete to work both sides of his body, because so many times track runners only run one way and they develop overuse injuries from doing that. Running both ways on the track works both sides of the body evenly. Ready, go! A game that you can use to make intervals more fun is called Devil Take the Hindmost. Let's say you're running 1,600 meter repeats. You tell the kids that after 800 meters, whoever comes by last next to a designated checkpoint or a coach or a pole or whatever is automatically out of the game. So what will happen is they'll tend to run slower until they get closer to that designated point, and then they'll sprint through the point. So it makes it sort of like a fartlek as well. All right, Odie, you're out. Another way to make an interval workout a little more exciting or different, or to break it up at least, is for the coach to know how many intervals they're going to do and of what length or duration the intervals are going to be, but not to tell the athletes. Some people call these whistle relays. So quite simply, the runners are going to jog, sort of do their recovery, until I blow the whistle. And when I do that, they're going to take off and they're going to start running hard. Now, they don't really have an idea of how far they're going to run before I blow the whistle again. That's up to my discretion. This next game I use is particularly effective for going over a cross-country course before a meet, for doing a tempo run or a fartlek run over a cross-country course. I call it Pick Your Poison. Basically, they all know their home course, and this is the course we're going to do our run over. But on these pieces of paper, I've given them specific instructions as to where they're to run hard. They're going to each randomly pick one, and they're not going to tell their teammates which piece they've got. So after they pick their piece of paper, they're going to start the run, and they're going to be running at, you know, maybe an 8-minute pace. And then all of a sudden, when whoever got the piece of paper that says go hard from the gate to the pond, got that piece of paper, she'll take off, she'll say poison, and everybody will have to run hard. She knows where she's going to stop, but nobody else knows where she's going to stop, so they got to cover her move until it's over. Okay, so on these pieces of paper, I've got all of these different moves. Some of them are 10 seconds long, and some of them are up to 2-minute surges. You don't know which one you're going to get, and when you get one, don't share it with your friend, all right? Don't share it with your teammate. All right, go ahead and pick one. Ready? Read what it is. Find out where you're going to make your move on the course. All right. So we're going to start off, we're going to do the tempo run, and then when you get to that spot where you're supposed to go hard, you just take over and say poison and take off. You guys ready? All right, on the line. Have a good one. One of the things that I like to do for an easy day or a day just when you need some lighthearted stuff is to do relays. I call them goofy relays or stupid relays, and they really are just quite stupid. And you can create a whole variety of dumb things to do for relays, and then the winner of each relay or the winning team of each relay gets a balloon or a number of balloons. And you do a bunch of relays until, you know, you've had your fun, and at the end, you get to have a water balloon fight. And the team that won more of the relays obviously has the advantage. You can be creative and do just about anything you want in these stupid relays. But what I've done is I've asked for the 2 biggest pairs of shoes on the team. And we're gonna do the first relay where each athlete has got to put these shoes on. They've got to run around that tree right over there, turn around and come back, and then swap, put them onto the next person. Whatever team gets done first is gonna, each member of that team is gonna get 1 water balloon, right? All right, so you guys gotta get your shoes off, be ready to go here? All right. Runner sit. Bang. So what you guys want to do is you want to help them we can get back, you know, take them off and get them on as fast as you can.
Not using it. It's probably fitting in. Oh my God.
Gotcha. Is it? Oh.
It like almost fits you, Tony.
So if you divide the teams up randomly or pretty evenly, by the end of the relays, you should have 2 teams with about the equal amount of water balloons. And then you can just let them go at it and have a water balloon fight. Another thing I do to make it a bit more strategical is I'll often separate them by, maybe 50 meters, but then 25 meters or halfway between them both, I'll put a big pile of water balloons so that they have to be daring to run up to the water balloons to get some more, but of course, the farther up they get, the more likely they are to be hit as well. Just adds a little bit of strategy to the game. Creativity in distance running need not end in training. The last part of this program examines how you can spice up races by adding both strategies and tactics to the race. The first thing is that every athlete should have a game strategy, a race strategy. When an athlete has a strategy to follow throughout the course of the race, they're more likely to stick to that strategy and have a better race than if they just enter the race without a general plan. There's 3 basic types of strategies. The first one is going out fast and then hoping to hold off the rest of the pack. The second strategy is to set and maintain an even pace regardless of what the other athletes do. And the third strategy is a come-from-behind strategy. There's advantages and disadvantages to all 3, and the coach has to know their athlete and the other competitors in the race to design the best race strategy for them. But you can also use team strategies. You can have some of your better runners slow up and help some of your slower runners finish overall in a better placing. Or you can have the whole team go out slow and come from behind, or you can have the whole team go out fast.